What is up, everybody? Soup here from Soup Designs. That is the GFX portion of this YouTube channel. Um, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a quick signature here. Let me show you guys what the end product is going to look like, or the style is. It's not going to look exactly like that. The one I'm going to show you, I'm going to be making a different one. Okay, that's weird. Try this again. Here it is. It's going to be this kind of style here. As you can see, we got the kind of weird looking background thing with the Venom, Agent Venom thing there. The text there says Agent Venom. It's blurred out too much. I messed up on that one when I was making it. But anyway, that's the style of what we're going to be making right now. So let me go ahead and open up Photoshop here. And while I'm waiting for that to open up, the resources I'm going to be using, they're going to be C4D renders is what the style of these things are called. These things. So if you just go on Google and search like C4D renders for what you're looking for, you should find them. The ones that I'm going to be using are from Old Man James from DeviantArt. He has 2 packs that I'm going to be using, and I also have one from K3 Studio. That's the main one I'm going to be using with this one. So yeah, so let's go ahead and we're going to open up a file. I'm going to make it 600 by 300, and I'm going to make it Iron Man Signature, because that's the theme of this one. So let me go ahead and I'm going to open up my swatches bar a little bit more. So yeah, I got my first layer here. So pretty much what you're going to do, you're going to get your render, whatever you're going to be using. I already have my Iron Man render. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick that in there. You want the like character or whatever you're going to be using, you want that to be the main, like the biggest thing on there, because that's going to be your focal point. That's going to be like what you want to grab the attention of whoever is looking at this. So go ahead and slap that on there like that. Got it there. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stick the background color here as just all black. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with all black there. And then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick in some of those C4D renders. Right here we got them. So let's see, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to make it really big, because I want it to pop out really nicely. Like, let me go ahead and increase the size on that a little bit more, just so I can have it starting behind him, so it looks like it's coming out from behind him there. Just like that. There we go. And I'm going to put multiple ones in these in, because I want it to fill up the entire background of this thing. So this is from KS3's pack. I'm going to go ahead and place some of these in here. This one's called Odin here. Pretty much just going to zoom out right here. I want these to be really big, just so they fill up a lot of the space without me having to put too many of them in. This one I'm going to put in because this one looks cool. Go ahead and stick that like that right there. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it a little bit like that. Increase it some more. And then I'm going to put one down in front of Iron Man here. I'm going to put whatever this says in front of him. And sorry for the breathing, my mic is pretty close to my face, just so you guys can hear me pretty well without having to turn your speakers up to the max or whatever. Same thing with the big, like, loud pops on the P's, sharp P's. Sorry about those are kind of inevitable when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, now you can see I got big things over here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, I got the black and white selected right here. So I'm going to click the effect thing there, and I'm going to click gradient map, because I want all this in the background to be black and white. You can reverse them, it'll make the white the primary, black the secondary, but I want black as the primary, white as the secondary. So now I got all that stuff. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new layer here. I'm just going to make some bubble effects, kind of, you know? So let's go ahead and we're going to select a white here, or a red there. Make it kind of dull and a little bit darker than the actual like base color. Just like that. So next thing you're going to do to make these bubble effects, you're going to want to take a max soft brush, hardness of 0, and you just want to make like a really, really small dot to start out with, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger. They don't look that good right now, but you're going to apply a layer effect to it, and it's going to change it up. You're going to change the look on it a lot, and it's going to look a lot better than what it does right now. So, yeah, so you're just going to go ahead and you're going to put these little bubble things in here. Feel free to put them on top of your focal point as well. Like I'm going to put the gold right here. So then what you're going to do, your layer style, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click linear dodge. So now it just looks like they're like balls of light, just kind of suspended there, which looks pretty cool if you ask me. So now what you're going to do is you're going to create 2 new layers. Then you're going to go and you're going to click image, apply image, and that's pretty much going to copy what you have right there onto a new layer. Same with this other layer, apply image, and it's on there. So with this top layer, okay, yeah, it worked. Alright, with this top layer here, I'm going to rename this smudged, and this one I'm going to rename regular. So with the smudged one, obviously, if you could guess, you're going to smudge it up. So you don't want to overdo it with the smudging. Just my advice would be try to keep the smudging off of your focal point as much as possible. You can put the smudge on the character, just like the center of him, try to keep like undone, or like whatever you're really wanting the viewer to look at a lot. You're going to want to do more smudge as you get towards the outsides of your thing, so it looks like the focus is like kind of extending from your main character thing there. Then what you're going to do, you're going to put this behind the regular layer. This regular layer, you're going to change the layer style of it to lighten, just like that, and then you're going to set the opacity on this one down to 50%. So the next thing you're going to do, create a new layer, and then you're going to go to image and apply image again. Then you're going to go over to filter, sharpen, and then sharpen. So now you can see it gets a lot sharper with the thing. It looks a lot better if you ask me. But we're going to lower the opacity on that a little bit because it looks a little bit too much for comfort right there. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to do the same thing again, apply image, okay. You're going to go to filter this time again. This time you're going to go to blur and then Gaussian blur. You can get a good blur on there, and you're going to set the blur to, or the layer style to lighten. So then the lights on this thing look all blurred, and they look a little bit better for this. And then you can reduce the opacity on it. I'm going to reduce it to about 75 right there. So then what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead, you're going to do the same thing again, duplicate, and then apply the image there. And I'm going to need a look at what I need to do next. So I'm going to pause this video really quick, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now we're back. Figured out what I need to do. Once you get that new duplicated layer there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to do the same thing. Again, sharpen, set the opacity down to 50%, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take the erase tool, and you're just going to erase the areas around your focal point. You want those to be unsharpened. You want your focal point to be sharpened. Everything else to unsharpen that. Alright, just like that. So then, once again, you're going to go image, apply image, doop-a-doo, filter, and then with this one, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And then, same thing, set it to lighten, 50%, and then you're going to erase your focal point on here. You don't want the focal point to have that blur on it. So just to make the lights on the outside pop a little bit more with the, see like these lights over here are like really like bright, and you can, and they're like really vivid and whatnot. And that looks pretty cool, for me anyways. So the next thing you're going to do, new layer. Actually, hold on. Let me pause what. Alrighty. So the next thing you're going to do is once again apply image, stick it on there. You're going to use the burn and dodge tools. So you're going to take the dodge tool and you're going to dodge your focal point. Okay. It makes it brighter, as you know. And then you're going to take the burn tool. You're just going to go around your focal point and burn the stuff so it gets a little bit darker, because that's what we want. We want it to look like this thing is, we want it to make this thing really pop out. As you can see right now, this thing is like, Iron Man right now is like super popping out and is like bam. So the next thing I'm going to do, this is actually like the last step we have to do in this thing. So I'm going to take two colors. I already got the colors that I want to use for my gradient map. You're going to take them and you're going to go into gradient map, obviously. And then you got that, and you can play around with which ones you want which to be. And I want the red to be that one. This one I'm going to take, and I'm going to set it to soft light. And then I'm going to lower the opacity on it. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another layer here. I'm going to set it to black and white. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around Iron Man here, or around my focal point, and I'm going to set this all to black because I'm going to darken it up a little bit because it's a little bit too bright for me at this moment in time. So once we get around that there, go ahead and set this to, you could play around with which settings you want. Overlay is a little bit too intense for me with that. But I'm going to go to darken there, and then I'm going to reduce the opacity on it. So it's just like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some text. Whatever font you want to use, whatever you think will look best, whatever you think will look best. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the kind of reddish thing there, and then I'm going to do something with that. So I'm going to go ahead and write out Iron Man. I'm going to change the font because it doesn't really match with the style of the rest of this. Let's see what that looks like. Not a fan of that. Just playing around with fonts here. What I think is going to look best. I think that looks pretty good for this anyways. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to change the color on it to that kind of goldish that I was using before. Check it off, and bam. Now what I'm going to do is this one is going to go behind. And we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Okay. And now you can see it looks like it has like that glow behind it, which is a good effect for me. So now I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to make a mask. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this red, I'm going to lighten it up a good amount to about there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go along the edge there. And just go like that. And then I'm going to just kind of touch up, because I want like just the edges of these letters to be like popping out, look a little bit lighter. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these and merge them into one layer. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the blur tool, just kind of blur it out a little bit. And then I'm going to sharpen the part that is closer to my focal point, obviously. Just like that. So it blurs out as it goes. So yeah, that is how you make a signature like this. Let me go ahead and save that. Save that into my GFX right there. Yeah, so if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to me. I'll be making a lot more videos here pretty soon. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have some requests, specifically what you would like to see me make a signature of, or you have something you'd like me to make for you, hit me up. I'm gonna have a link to my Facebook page, my Twitter. Follow me, like me on Facebook, all that good stuff. Once again, this is Soup with Soup Designs, and I will see you guys around.